It's kind of rocky. All right, so today I am joining you with my Martha Stewart fit on. Got the hair, got the shirt. This is actually one of my favorite hairstyles. However, it's definitely giving Martha Stewart. So today's conversation is going to be about haters. Okay. Um, when it comes down to just being your best version of yourself, there's going to be so many times when people just will hate on you just because you are doing what they can't do, which is being your best self and loving yourself to the umpteenth degree. It's so funny to me because I literally just got done watching the Martha Stewart. I don't know if it's considered a documentary, but whatever the series is on Netflix that Martha Stewart is doing in relation to just going over her career, her overall success in her life. It was great to watch, to be honest with you, because it was super eye opening. Because there's a lot of times where people are just famous or people are in the public light and you have no idea like who they are or what their backstory is. So it's always a little bit more refreshing to learn more about these people and these individuals, especially when they're considered icons in our community as well as our society. So three people that I will be talking about today will be one, Martha Stewart, two, Nara Smith, and three would be Shira Seven. And all of these women are women from across different walks of life. And I think it's just super interesting to watch because what it signals to me is that people who I consider haters, who you would probably also consider a hater, they don't care who you are, where you're from, what walk of life per se, because I guess anybody can get the lick basically. Um, but what I will say is, I don't know much about Nara Smith or her backstory or her background, but I will say for a fact that I do believe that Martha Stewart and Shira Seven both had humble beginnings. They weren't born into money. I do know that Nara Smith is a model. I don't know if she also was considered like a middle class or working class when she was growing up, but I do know that she is an individual that inspires a lot of people, especially with a lot of the homemade things that she makes and the DIY things that she makes. So, what I do want to focus in on is that all three of these women are humble beginning women. I'm just going to assume with Nara Smith today. I don't have time to do her backstory, but what I really admired about Martha Stewart is that when she talks about her upbringing and her family life, I think a lot of people would have considered her to just, or a lot of people would have preferred if she just stayed where she was at. Super working class and or middle class tier. And she ended up becoming a model, and also meeting a young man that opened up some opportunity for her to network, because of his own background. So ultimately, it's just very interesting is what I'm trying to get at. Like, I don't want to like sugarcoat it too much, but ultimately I think it's just really impactful because literally, people were not happy until she failed. People did not want to see her succeed. Everything that she touched, she pretty much had the Midas touch. And literally, when people realized the things that she could do and what she was capable of, literally, they looked for different ways to bring her down, whether it was verbally, by speaking negatively on her, speaking about her, um, in the worst of lights, whether it was relationship wise, like different people would come into her relationship and consider themselves a friend or a lover or a partner and literally be there for her demise. Or if it was monetary, where people would come into her business and try to disassemble the things that she was building, whether that was speaking discouraging thoughts on some of her ideas, whether that was preventing her from being in certain rooms at certain times with certain people that would have made moves for her, or even I don't, somehow she spoke about the government and how the government got involved, and she ended up doing, I forget what you call that. But when you got secret information about stocks and things like that, and then you ended up, I forget. There's a name for it. Like I said, I should probably, let me see if I can Google it real quick. Inside trading. It just came to me. She went to jail for inside trading, which who knows if she was telling the truth or not. But to me, it's like she served, I think she said 5 months in jail or something like that. There's been people that have served way longer time for lesser of a crime. But so I don't go on a tangent about that. So that's one thing. And then two, Shira Seven. Literally, she is inspiring people to be their best version of themselves. Specifically women, but men also. She doesn't say that she doesn't want men to be their best version of herself. And she also says that a lot of the information that she shares is to encourage men to be the best version of themselves. And then, of course, Nara Smith. People lately have been going around. They say all sorts of things about Nara Smith. I feel like I really appreciate how she does not give it to the feedback, or I don't even call it feedback because feedback is positive. She does not play into what people have to say about her, and I really like that about her, because people always have something terrible to say about you, and it's meant to be a distraction. It's meant to take you off of your course. It's meant to diminish your character and diminish how your following, or the people that actually are inspired by you, view you, because they're like, well, why are you being so erratic? Why are you being so angry? Like, this is totally not on brand with who I thought you were in the relationship that I was building with you, because I look to you for inspiration, you know? So it's just really interesting. And like, my message overall is to realize and to share with you, if you haven't realized, is that no matter what you want to do, or what you aspire to do, or what you aim to do, um, people will hate on you for no reason. People would actually try to get in the way of you and your greater version of yourself, or you and your success. And they will come in all shapes and forms and sizes. They will be lovers, work relationships, romantic relationships. I already said lovers, but it'll be family, it'll be friends. All sorts of people will try to dismantle you from the person that you were destined to become. And my message to you is, don't let it happen. It's also pretty interesting to me, because it's like just having a real conversation with you. These energies or forces or people or entities or whatever you want to call them that try to do this, their goal is to break your spirit. Because the thing is, if you are destined for greatness, you're going to be great. I really like how in Martha Stewart's documentary, that even though she went to jail and pretty much ruined her reputation, it pretty much depleted her business. I think her business ended up like pretty much crumbling after that, her empire. She still came out on top. It's like, yeah, you could try to like put me in jail and like punish me and like dismantle the message that I'm trying to give, or the destiny that I was called to do, but what's written for you is written for you, and there's nothing or nobody that could. Okay, my apologies, my camera tried to fall. But there's nothing that could like take that away from you. So I would say and encourage you to just ease your mind, because life is meant to be challenging, and life will challenge you. And what is meant for you and what is written for you is yours. So there's nothing that no one can do that can take that away from you. So that's my message for the day. I would also like to say that I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, but 10 minutes worth of inspiration. I hope that this word could encourage you in some sort of way today. I am starving. I am on my way out the door to go grab some food, but I really wanted to sit down and share this message with you. So thank you for sharing your time with me.